Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Joni here, your Wednesday host for SelFTMade, and yes, I am wearing eyeliner right now. It's happening. I haven't actually worn eyeliner in over 10 years. I put makeup on for the first time since I was 18. I'm 32 now, so, like, however long that is, I don't even care right now to do the math. And so I did it for a drag demo for a club that I belong to on campus. It's an LGBTQ plus ally group on campus, and I was the lucky volunteer. And this is as much as anything I could scrub off my face at school. So this is where I'm at. And so let's get into this week's topic, which is controversies over trans models, advocates, and activists. And I want to start off by saying is that everyone has like a vision of where they want the trans community to go. And sometimes that fits with other people's ideas and sometimes it doesn't. And that's completely okay to have different visions of kind of where you want the community to go. Now, the thing is that we all have a lot of commonalities or similarities on what we want the community to do or to become, so to speak. And so I think that when we have differences, it's good to talk about those differences. It's good to talk about differences on the other side, so both sides that are seeing differences occur, and find a good middle ground. It's like, so say you want like more marriage equality rights, more adoption rights, rather than focusing on the person themselves and how they are the face of the community, as they are commonly coined as, and they may not even see themselves as that, or they see themselves as this, but it's because they're in a space to be able to be open about their transition and not have to worry about having any negative repercussions happen, as well as whatever part of the community that they represent, because our community is so diverse. But we get so caught up in differences and kind of how people look. And that's understandable because everyone looks different. And, trans models and some trans activists are, they're trying to do different things. And so some like trans models, especially when you're in the media and you're being on magazines or being included in magazines and stuff like that, like you have to look a particular way. And so I want to say that you can fault these individuals for meeting that societal or cultural beauty, but in a way, like they're trying to work with what they got. Maybe this is a career that they've wanted. So I feel that rather than ridiculing them if you don't agree with what they're doing, maybe in trans modeling, and maybe they're not doing enough advocating for the community, and they're just like, yeah, I'm a trans model, and that's about the extent that they talk about the community. But you also have to understand is that the media is very specific, and like they're going to cut stuff out. So maybe this person is, trying to advocate for the community, and it just gets cut out of interviews, or they're just not asking you those questions, and it's not really, I feel, appropriate for somebody just to stand up on a soapbox when they're being asked questions and have some random topic come into play in that dynamic. And then activists have their own way of doing things, and it's okay to disagree with the way that they're doing things, but it's not okay to personally attack them. And I feel that that's what ends up happening is that we have these differences on both sides, and the activists, are able to be open, and some people on the other side that disagree with maybe the way somebody's doing something can be open, but maybe they just don't want to be that open. And so it's like, I feel it's kind of like, I'm going to do an example outside of the community of like people that complain about the president of the United States, whomever that may be, but don't vote, to me, really have no right to complain about what is happening with our country when they are not doing their part in a sense. Now, do I care if people vote? Yes, I care, but not to like that matter. But I'm like, it kind of irritates me sometimes, depending on what they're talking about, when they are not participating in the system to help make those differences. And there's a lot of other things that come into a play in politics, and I know that. And so that's why I'm like, it's a mixed review for me. But that's kind of like my example is like, don't complain about something if you're not actually going to do anything about it, and especially don't personally attack somebody for what they're trying to do to promote the community, regardless if you agree with that or not. So, such as, like, Aiden Dowling has been on the cover of Men's Health, and he's been on the cover of Gay Times, and there was a lot of problems that people kind of negative comments about him being on Gay Times, and that's understandable. It's a gay exclusive magazine, I understand that, but a lot of what people were saying from when it was like really coming my way was they were just attacking him for being a straight trans man and being on a gay exclusively only magazine. Okay, I understand that, but first off, are you really sure that he identifies as a straight man? Have you literally asked him, hey, do you identify as a straight man? Like, he can identify as queer, he could identify as nothing, he might not even label himself, and still be married to a woman. Just because he's married to a woman does not mean that he identifies as a heterosexual person. And then, on top of that, you could be upset that he is a straight individual, or straight appearing individual that is shirtless on the cover of the magazine. That's okay. But to be mad at him for doing what the magazine wanted him to do, I find is very inappropriate for people to do. They wanted him shirtless. They put him on the magazine shirtless. The magazine is what I'm referring to when I say they. So if you should be really mad at anybody, be mad at the magazine. Like, take those concerns to the appropriate people. Don't personally attack Aiden for being on the cover of a magazine the way that he was paid to do it. Like, that's not going to help anything. And then, two, also on top of that, the article. Like, a lot of people that had an issue with him on Gay Times had no idea what the article was about, and I had some educational purposes myself because I was waiting for the magazine to come out. And so there was that aspect. And so people told me what it was about, and it was about, masculinity, promoting, like, self-worth, and doing healthy things for your body to have, like, a healthy mind and stuff like that. And I feel that that's very appropriate in a gay exclusive magazine because it's different. It wasn't, like, the main story in the middle of the magazine. It was in the health section and stuff. And so I'm just like, if you have a different vision of where you want the community to go, or if you are a gay identifying trans individual and you feel that Aiden is not the right person to be promoting your part of the community, then I would say look towards yourself and be like, what can I do? What can I do to promote my side of the spectrum and within my own community, and then project that outward, because his intentions are for nothing but for the best for the community. And maybe I know this because I've talked with him, I'm friends with Aiden, but I mean, his intentions are very, very good. He's not trying to say that the way that he is, like his lifestyle, like being healthy and lifting and doing bodybuilding and training and then being married to a woman, is for everybody. And so that's not what he promotes, is like, be having a straight looking stealth lifestyle and promoting bodybuilding. Like, that's just a part of him his personal space. And we all like to do different things. I say don't pick on him for being interested in doing something that he enjoys, because we all have different things. And just really think about your intentions and then project that outward. And then just to kind of finish this up, is that I've kind of said throughout the video, is don't personally attack somebody. Like, understand their perspective and what their envision of it, and understand their intentions. And then think about your intentions and your envision for the community, and kind of recognize that those differences do have commonalities. We do have similarities in differences, and find a way to come together, because the more that we are broken apart as a community, the less far we're going to get in fighting whatever battles we're trying to fight, whether it be, bathroom policy issues, adoption situations, being recognized legally through other manners than, having to go through the medical institutions and stuff like that. And so we need to come together, and I think that's really important to remember, and not to attack or ridicule somebody for what they are trying to do without understanding their perspective and their understanding. So the video is getting kind of long. I'm going to cut it off here. If you guys want me to elaborate on anything, leave me a message down below, comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.